of the year.
Tagovailoa steps up, cuts, and scores. A run from Tua Tagovailoa for the touchdown.
Here's a toss. Intercepted again. Howard has one. My gosh, Xavier Howard looking end zone. He's got a man in for the touchdown. What a drive.
These Dolphins are for real.
Hello, Dolphin fans. I want to introduce you to the first edition of Dolphins Talk Inside the Huddle. I am your host, Brian Danziger. As a long-life Dolphins fan, I am honored to share my opinions on the current state of the team, and I want to thank Dolphins Talk for giving me this platform to do so. We have a lot to unpack today. We have the injury report. We have the Dolphins team captains announced. We have a recap of the offseason as a whole. And most importantly, week 1 against the Patriots, the expectations, and how this team is going to be successful going forward.
Oh my God!
However, before we get started, I want to explain how I became a Dolphins fan. I am born and raised in California. However, my dad is originally from Miami. And ever since I was in middle school, he would pull me out of school. I would miss a ton of work. I would miss a lot of homework, but it would be worth it to fly cross country to go see the Miami Dolphins play. And ever since then, I've been hooked. Any chance I get, I'm on Twitter. Any chance I get, I'm watching ESPN, NFL Network, Fox, to get the latest news and analysis on your Miami Dolphins.
That's Dobbs right there, dude. You have to savor a dog.
Having said all that, I want to jump into who was named team captains for your Miami Dolphins in the 2021 season. It goes as follows: Matt Collins, Eldon Roberts, Clayton Viggiam, and Devin McCourty. Those are the captains that Brian Flores and the coaching staff have selected. However, Dolphins Twitter, national reporters, people from all over NFL circles have been like, why isn't Tua the captain? Isn't he the leader of the team? And that just goes on brand with what has been going on throughout the offseason. Questioning Tua. Can he throw the ball down the field? Can he put the ball in those tight windows? Can he be a leader? Those are all things that are going to be answered throughout the season. And all points are pointing to him achieving those goals of stretching the field, anticipating the throws, and being a leader on this team. However, the national media questions Tua. He's played 9 games. 9. In a COVID year, coming off a major hip surgery, but he played last year. He had some good moments. He had some bad moments. He was a rookie. And this year, with Jalen Waddle, with Will Fuller, with Devontae Parker, with Mike Gesicki, it's going to be better. It's going to be better. How much better? I don't know. And how much better do Dolphins fans expect for them not to be calling for Tua's head at the end of the year? Because unfortunately, all these quarterbacks in the past couple years have a very short window to prove themselves. And with all this Deshaun Watson talk, he has this year, and maybe not even this year. If he really struggles, there's going to be constant Deshaun Watson talk up until the deadline. So, Tua can silence all these critics. Why isn't he the captain? Can he throw the ball down the field? Can he do this? Can he do that? All the talking he needs to do is on the field. And I think Brian Flores has put Tua in a good place to do that by letting go of Chan Gailey and bringing in Charlie Fry, George Godsley, among others, to orchestrate an offense for Tua to succeed with that RPO offense, the quick slants, and the fast receivers to create space for Tua to throw the ball. Because there has never been an issue on his accuracy. Tua is an accurate quarterback, and you can ask anybody that. But can he fit it into those tight windows? Can he push the ball down the field when needed? Preseason, you saw it. He threw a nice strike to Gesicki in the Atlanta game. He seems to be more comfortable in the pocket, more aware. He has an offense that's tailored for him. Last year, it was Chan Gailey and Ryan Fitzpatrick. And once they had promoted Tua to the starting quarterback position, he did not have the offense, and Chan Gailey could not transform an offense to fit to his skill set. I think that problem is solved. I don't care if there's 4 offensive coordinators. They are going to put Tua in the position to win football games. And Tua will also have more command and be able to switch out of place. If he sees something in the defense that he doesn't feel the play is going to work. Because last year, Chan Gailey would call a play. Tua claimed to not know the offense as well as he should. So whenever Gailey called a play, he would run with that, knowing that it could not be, that some plays might not be successful. So it's not all on Tua's shoulders. He has to be a game manager, be smart with the football, and get his guys in position to get the yards after catch, because this wide receiving core is a track team.
I feel like a 400 meter to me.
However, the one deterrent for the offensive success is going to come down to the offensive line. And that's not just been the case for this year. It's been the case for several years. Regardless of who the coach is, regardless of who the GM is, we cannot get a starting offensive line that is solid. Sure, we've had guys like Tunzel, Pouncey, among others who have been solid offensive linemen. But as a group, it has always been our Achilles heel. We now have young guys, including Robert Hunt, Liam Eichenberg, Solomon Kinley, Austin Jackson. These guys are young, high draft pick guys, and they have to perform. They have to progress. It's not going to happen overnight, but I think it can happen with this group. However, we are already running into problems week 1, not because of what anybody did, but because of the uncontrollable COVID. Austin Jackson was close contact with unvaccinated player Adam Shaheen. So they will both be out for week 1 against the Patriots. Filling Austin Jackson's spot will either be Greg Little, who we acquired from the Carolina Panthers. He is a former second-round pick. He has been underwhelming, but he is still a young player that could resurrect his career in Miami. There is also Liam Eichenberg, who we drafted out of Notre Dame, that could fill that left tackle position. There is also undrafted players such as Robert Jones, who had a huge block against the Bengals in the preseason. He has shown promise. So one of those guys, maybe even Jesse Davis, because he is a very versatile lineman. He's not great at one position, but he can fill different roles when someone goes down. So he might fill that left tackle spot on Sunday. We have yet to hear who will be playing left tackle. And if one of these guys that replaces Austin Jackson performs well, they might take his job. He might not get his job back, because in the preseason, Austin Jackson has not performed well. He has been beat several times. So it's going to come down to how these young guys can cohesively work as a unit to protect Tua. Because when Tua has the time to throw the football and see the field, it's going to be Tuscaloosa Dolphins. But it comes down to how this offensive line can mesh. And it might not happen week 1, but if we can see some steady progress from this unit throughout the year, that is going to be a big plus for this team this year and going forward.
How about that drive by Tua Tagovailoa? Wow.
Now I'd like to talk about the defensive side of the ball. The defense that kept the Miami Dolphins in a lot of football games in 2020, and I believe that they will do the same in 2021. The big news on the defensive side of the ball was the re-signing of Xavier Howard. His 10 picks, his ball hawk ability, his place to shut down one side of the field is a major win for the Miami Dolphins, and they will see that in 2021. Also, having Byron Jones back as the corner 2 and having those two have some consistency with each other and playing off each other will only benefit the defense. Also, I believe that we upgrade at the safety position with the departure of Bobby McCain and the new rookie, Javon Holland, in his place. Javon Holland has done nothing but great things in training camp, and I believe he will do the same in the season. So I believe that we have upgraded at the safety position. So the secondary is definitely a major strong suit for this Miami Dolphins football team. Now let's switch to the linebackers. The big signing for the linebacker position this offseason was Benardrick McKinney. However, Eldon Roberts was not healthy at that time, so we needed another linebacker, and McKinney, a former Pro Bowler, seemed to fit that bill at that time. However, as training camp went on, we saw that Benardrick McKinney was a liability in pass coverage. And as Eldon Roberts became healthy, Benardrick McKinney became disposable. So he is now off the roster and currently still a free agent. So Eldon Roberts is back at his normal spot with Baker and newly acquired Duke Riley and Bobby Scarlett, who I believe are solid linebackers and will be able to blitz the quarterback as well as pass coverage, which Brian Flores likes. He likes the guys that are jacks of all trade, and I think the linebackers that we have are very solid and serviceable. Now let's get to the pass rush. Emmanuel Ogbah is the pass rush for the Miami Dolphins. However, we're still here trying to figure out who is going to be opposite Emmanuel Ogbah. In my opinion, it's going to be Andrew Van Ginkel, but Jalen Phillips could be a pass rusher and do well there. And maybe Zach Zeeler will play some defensive end. You know, that is the one spot that's a little uncertain for the Miami Dolphins. But the Brian Flores defense, they blitz everybody from different timing, different positions. So I don't feel that having a lack of pass rush on the other side will be that big of a deal. So this defense should be very solid and carry this team a lot throughout this year. And I think the offense will be improved as well. So the offense won't have to lean on the defense as much, but they still will be using them as a crutch at certain points of the year.
Herbert fires. It's picked. The Dolphins have it. It's X-Men down the sideline.
Lastly, let's get to the keys of the game against the New England Patriots. For us to be successful in this game, we have to make Mac Jones one-dimensional, which means to shut down the run game. If we can do that and make Mac Jones throw the ball, I feel confident that our corners can break up a lot of passes and we can have exotic blitz packages to make him uncomfortable in the pocket. Mac Jones has looked pretty good in the preseason, but he's played a lot of second and third teamers. This is the regular season, and the Dolphins defense is not to be messed with. I believe if we can shut down his run game and make him one-dimensional, Mac Jones is going to have a rough first start, and it could bode very well for the Miami Dolphins. On the offensive side of the ball, I think it's extending drives, avoiding the 3 and outs, making Tua comfortable, giving him time to throw the ball. Because like I said earlier in the pod, if Tua has time to throw, he is an accurate quarterback. So, my score prediction for this game is Miami Dolphins 24, New England Patriots 17. I expect them to win this game and go home to Buffalo 1-0. Let's go Dolphins, and let's get that W. Fins up.
Let's get it, man. And let's go out there, dominate on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dominate.